Hello and welcome back to Formula Ultimate League. We are here for Season 3, Round 2 in Saudi Arabia at the Jeddah Corniche Circuit. We're just about to get qualifying underway in about a minute and a half. We did just have practice right before this session. The fastest time was a 127.299 by Green Ninja Warrior, I believe. Of course, Oswick also in the 127s with a few other drivers. I mean, it was a pretty small practice session, so hopefully we'll get to see these drivers really put on their full potential here and really just full send around the street circuit. It's going to be a very tight, very twisty track, and we have a lot of cars here getting ready for qualifying. If I can count that right, there's about 4 cars at the end of pit lane, all within each other. So that's brilliant. But let me just get out of this real quick. Qualifying is about to get underway. We have 14 minutes in this session. We're just getting ready here. I was a bit of a late addition, so I'm not really sure with the current qualifying rules. I need to look that up, actually. Let me make sure. Because I believe it is... Well, when I last did it was 3 sessions, but it could be 1 session. Now, green flag is now in the air, and now 14 minutes of qualifying will start. Of course, just getting in the out laps, just trying to get around the circuit, and then we can finally get some laps underway. We can go on board with the Green Ninja Warrior here. Come out of pit lane pretty late, but still looking alive. At least he's still alive. Go back to the front. I believe James... There's another car in front of him. I think that's Quinton leading the charge to get to the line with James right behind him. And finally we can see some laps getting underway soon enough. Oh dear. There we go. Alright. Everything's fine. Don't worry about it. I wish I did. Alright. Finally, the cars have made it across the line. It will start their first flying laps. Quinton will be the first one, followed by James. They're just behind. Wow. Let me see if we can do anything to fix this. Make it a bit smoother. Interesting. Alright. Let me see if this works. Let me DM it real quick. Still trying to set everything up here, but 11.5 minutes left in the session. Quinton's kind of just on his own here at the front of this pack. Fastest time so far, Quinton is setting the fastest sector times at 30.5 sector 1 and at 36.4 sector 2, both purples. Here he comes across the line. Where will this put him? Puts him P1 for now at 27.5. But not the fastest sector 3. Nee has the fastest sector 3 with a 20.3 and only 0.06 slower than Quinton. So already these drivers straight into the 127s and already within a tenth of each other. But of course we have seen them go faster in the practice sessions, so we'll have to wait and see how they get on with this. Green Ninja's still getting through. I believe this is his flying lap still. He invalidated sector 2, never mind. So this will be his outlap, and now onto his flying lap. Finally, hopefully he'll actually get a valid lap this time. Going on, there's also still James, who's gotten new tires and he's back out on track. Actually, Rab with the fastest sector 1 of 30.4. He's looking very quick here through this very fast chicane. Okay, let's see if this works now. Does that work? Oh, that is not. That's not really worked. Let's see if it works for someone else here. Okay, yeah, it does work. That's good. Oh, well, Rab is on a flyer of a lap here. He's come across the line with a pole time of 127.395. But Green Ninja Warrior also on a heater with the purple sector 2. Coming across the final corner and to the line. He crosses the line, he'll go P1 with a 127.35, 45 thousandths faster than Rab. Already getting close to the fastest practice time we saw of a 127.2. So already they're pushing it to the limit. I'm sure these drivers still can go faster. Anyone else putting in a good sector 1? Silent kind of is with the personal best at 30.7 sector 1. We'll see how he finishes this lap. Sector 2 coming through the fast chicane. This sector 2 will be once he crosses the line for it. 36.2, that's the fastest sector 2 we have seen here. So Silent in the Ferrari coming across the back straight and to the final corner. Will he take pole position? It wasn't a great sector 1, but sector 2, absolute flyer here. Now to the line. Where will he put that Ferrari? Puts it P3, but James, purple sector 1 and 2. Where in the world? There he is. Here we go. I believe this is to the line now. James puts it P1, 26.3, almost a full second faster than Green Ninja Warrior, and a second faster than what we saw in practice. So James Rigby has decided to put in a 126. We'll see if anyone else can match that pace. Apple also with a 128.3. So far, 6 drivers with a sub 128. James in the 126s. We're still waiting to see if anyone can try to get close to James's time. Quinton's definitely trying here. A 30.9. Not as fast in sector 1, but we'll see how he does in sector 2. Oh, this is a outlap, not a flyer. Well done. Just trying to see if anyone else is also on a good lap. Fish Noob with a 30.5. Oswick also with a 30.6. Sector 1. We can go on board with Fish Noob. So Fish in the Zanlioge, I believe that is. It definitely looks like a Zanlioge. Yeah, it is. 36.6 sector 2. Actually, him and Osric are actually matching pace here, basically. Just a 10th between each other in sector 1 and 2. So Fish Noob, oh, he's hit the wall. So this lap was more of a banker lap. Fish Noob goes to P7, 127.8. Osric also in the Zanlioge, the other one, crossing the line here, goes to P7, beating his teammate by a 10th of a second. Quinton also very fast in sector 1. Let's see where he finishes this lap here. 30.366, 600ths slower than James, but he's right there with him. It's a few tenths off in Sector 2, but this looks to be a 126 time at the very least if he can keep Sector 3 up. Silent also on an improvement in Sector 1 to 30.48. But here we go, Quinton through the final corner and to the line, with some slipstream, I hope that is. To the line, he improves to 127.2. Can't get into the 126s. We can go on board with Silent next back in the Ferrari. Looking to see if he can improve his position. He's only one-tenth improvement would put him up into P3 instead of P5. It's not a great Sector 2. It's a bit slower. 36.59. So here we go through the final corner and flat to the line. Where can Silent put that Ferrari? He improves his time, but not enough to gain any position. Still on the 127.4. Rab and Apple both with a 3.6. Apple's just invalidated. So Rab, I don't think Rab's gonna improve on this time. This is more like this is pretty slow lap from Rab. At least this shouldn't really put him up any positions. I'm just looking around to see if anyone else is improving. We have a 30.9 there by Sam, down at P13. Could go on board with him. Let me just make sure everything's correct here. Well, at least Sam's improving. 30.9 at 37.0. That could put him up into the top 10 if he can somehow keep the last sector good to go. It's a bit wide there compared to the other drivers. Sam to the line. He will improve his time, but where will that put him? Puts him P11. A few tenths off of P10. Chris Boy's down at P10. Wow. A lot of improvements though from these midfield, from the high drivers. Nee and Oswick both improving in Sector 1. We can go on board with Oswick, slightly faster. Matching pace in Sector 2 as well, 36.4 for both drivers. So Nee and Oswick will both cross the line. Nee does not improve his time, but Oswick does. He moves up to P5 faster than Silent by a 100th of a second. On board with Green Ninja Warrior. He's been out on track for a while. He's been trying to improve, but he just can't seem to. He's already invalidated Sector 1. Who else is around here on track? Yep. Chris Boy going back out from the garage. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised that Chris Boy is this far down. He might not have practiced too much. But yeah, seeing him down at 10th is a bit of an interesting one. I've always known him as one of the faster drivers, so seeing him down here is a bit of a shock. A minute and a half left in the session. That's basically one lap once you cross the line. No one seems to be on an improvement right now, though. I think everyone's just gotten out of pit lane to start their final laps. Yeah, just Apple's on an improvement at least. 30.4 Sector 1. Okay, that's not a... Oh, whoops. Alright, I have not looked... Oh, really? Oh, that's a 1. Just do that. Alright. I thought that was an L in his name. That's a 1. Anyways, Apple improving 30.458 Sector 1. A is invalidated. Well, damn. Either that or this is an out lap. Yeah, it was a flying lap. He's invalidated that. Some of the lower drivers here, we have Super Mario, Tommy, and Rilu, both all improving in Sector 1, but not enough to really fight with the top guys at the very least. 3 seconds to go. I think Apple is the last one to cross the line through the first chicane. Wow, absolutely sending it through turn 2. We'll see if anyone's improving on their lap time. I think that was a flipped car, I think. Oh, that's invalid. There's no way that's not invalid. Yeah, he's ended that run. You can go on board with Rilu. Tommy's improved to 30.1. He's up to P14. Rilu crossing the line next. Puts his car, stays 16th. He has improved his time, but not enough. And then no one else is really on an improvement. So, with that, James Rigby is on pole position by about 8.5 tenths of a second. The only driver in the 126s. And that is, oh dear. Quinton will be on the front row with him, 127.2, followed by Green Ninja Warrior in P3 with Rab P4, Osric P5, Silent P6, Knee P7, Fish in P8, Apple P9, and Chris Boy rounds out the top 10. 19 total qualifiers. One just didn't, Golden just didn't put it in the time, sadly. Q2. Alright, yeah. I thought it was 3 sessions. There's no way it was going to be 1 session. It's been too long since I've been here, okay? Please give me some slack. I just need to get some confirmation on how many drivers. Was that 3 drivers out? That's 4. So the bottom 4 out in Q1. Golden, Killy, Red, and Rilu all out. Rilu misses out in Q2 by 13 thousandths of a second. So James, already on top and already one of the favorites to get pole position, has gone 8 tenths, about 8 tenths faster than anyone else. So we'll see if anyone can really match that pace. I'm hoping they were just chilling in Q1. I hope they were. Here we go, everyone waiting it out here at the end of pit lane. Quinton's just barely ahead of all of them. That is an amalgamation of cars there at the end of pit lane, just all scrunched up together. Qualifying, this Q2 will get underway in just under a minute. And then we'll see the top 15 drivers battle it out to see who can get into Q3. Let me see. Okay, so these are some real qualifying times now that I've just found. So James has, wow, James's fastest time is a 126.1. Green has put in a 126. Oswick has put in 126. But it looks like Green's the only one that can get anywhere close to James's time, unless I'm missing something. But yeah, they're still trying to reach the 125s apparently, but James and Green seem to be the only ones in the low 126s, as far as I can tell. I haven't seen any other times for anyone else. Q2, 12 minutes. Timer has started, and off everyone goes onto the track. Oh, he's just not going. Whoops. just get this up. Just waiting for them to get through their flying lap, and then we can actually watch them do some flying laps once this is over. I think most of the cars are definitely out on track. James isn't out on track right now. He'll show up later. Oh, that was a McLaren spinning out. I don't know who that was. That might have been Apple. But yeah, that McLaren was completely sideways going onto the back straight. Or is that even? Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's a McLaren. Just realized there's a bunch of orange cars on the on the standing sheets. I had to make sure it was a McLaren or not. Finally, cars have. Oh, also that's a wall. Oh yeah, he's just put it straight into the pits. So, you know, go on board with Quinton. Him and Fish are both leading the pack here for the flying laps. I think Fish just ahead of Quinton. Already fastest sector 1 again by James, but not at the same pace as it was for his 126. Oh, Fish is either invalidated or hit the wall, so he's decided to cancel the lap. I think, yeah. Oh, that might be. If that's not invalid, that's insane. All right. He's still going, so I'm guessing it's not invalid. Quinton through the back straight and into the final corner. He has a 30.4 sector 1. Keeps it clean. He could get a 127, maybe a 126. I haven't seen his sector 2 time. It was a 36.2. That's very fast, and that's a 127.1. James here, though, coming to the line. Purple sector 1 and 2. And he's come to line. A 126.6 by James Rigby. So once again, James in the 126s. Still waiting on more drivers to hit that kind of time. Green Ninjas coming to the line at 30.5, 36.2. Will be a 127 for his banker lap. 27.3. Let me see if anyone else is improving. Doesn't seem like it. Fish is back in the pit lane. Rab will start his flying lap. That's a car stranded at the start finish straight. We can go on board real quickly with a Rab. This helmet cam. Very close to the walls, Jesus. Oh, that might be invalid. We'll have to see how it shows up on the sector timing board. I'd be surprised if none of that. Let's see. It wasn't okay. Some lenient corner cuts. At least it's more strict than how it was the first season, so I'll give them that. Into the final corner, Rab will finish this lap. It looks like an improvement. A 30.3 sector 1, a 36.4 sector 2 puts him up to P4, 27.45. Oh, that's not the track. Let's see. Anyone else improving? Silent on a huge improvement at 30.2. I hope he's still continuing this lap. Oh, he's reset himself. He did not continue the lap. That's unfortunate. I can't type. So Green has started his next flying lap. Let's see if he can improve on his 127.3. I don't think he really needs to. I feel like a 127 should be safe to get into Q3. See anyone else improving? Green with a 30.337, looking very good for a 126. He is on pace for it at the very least. Probably one of the most flat out and fast tracks on the calendar, especially with the walls very close together. Is that not okay? We'll be seeing that a lot. 36.1 in Sector 2. This should be good enough for a 126 if he doesn't bottle the final corner. As wide as you can, cut in for the final corner, and he's still good to go. To the line, this has to be a 126 from Green. Ninja Warrior. To the line, it is a 126.7. So not a low 126, but still good enough for P2. Let's see, anyone else improving? Sam isn't looking too bad. Sam with the 30.8, 36.5 Sector 2, and here comes to the line. He moves up to P7. Probably won't last too long, as Silent has done a 127 before. Same with Oswick, but they haven't put in any bad lap times. Let's see, Oswick 30.6 Sector 1. Anyone else improving? Quinton with 30.3. You can go look at him real quick. As George Russell would say, flat round here. So Quinton with 30.3 at 36.2 Sector 2. This seems to be good enough for a 126. At least a very high 126. To the line, Quinton improves to... Wow, he improves by 0.03 of a second. Anyways, Oswick starting his flying lap. That was okay. Let's see, Silence is looking good here. 30.395 Sector 1, 36.2 Sector 2, and he comes to the line. Let's see where he ends up. He ends up to P3, 27.141. 4 thousandths faster than Quinton. Let's see, anyone else is knee on a lap? No, this seems... Nope, he's been the lap. Never mind. Anyone else? Is that Fish on a lap? I believe it is. Still waiting on Oswick and Fish. Fish is on a lap, 30.3 Sector 1. Still waiting on 4 drivers to put in a valid lap. Oswick, Fish, Mango, and Chris Boy. We only have... Oh, he's at the wall. That's poor. We have a minute and a half basically remaining on the timer. Can Oswick and Fish put in a valid lap time? Can Chris put... I really hope these drivers at least put in 1 lap, man. Come on. Anyone improving? Green is improving. 30.3, Sector 1. Wow, 36 flat in Sector 2. That is a purple Sector 2. Here we go. Through the final corner. As tight to the wall as he can get that car to. And to the line. Green Ninja Warrior in the Coopers will put that car P1 by, wow, 25 thousandths of a second faster than James Rigby's time this session. 36.6 by Green Ninja Warrior. He will need to go faster than that if he wants to get pole position. Pole position. Also putting in a valid lap time. Did he just cut that? Or is this just a flying lap? I think this is, sorry, yeah, this is an out lap, isn't it? Just trying to get to the line with 20 seconds left. Can also make it to the line. Yeah, he's cutting everything. He needs to make it to the line. He has 10 seconds. I don't think Oswick's going to make it to the line. I don't think he's made it. Yeah, he's not made it. 5 seconds. He's not even in the final corner. He's... That's it for Oswick. Chris Boy is on a lap though, at the very least. I think Fish and Mango might also be on a lap. Let me go check real quick. Fish to the line. Fish puts his car P6 on 127.4. So that's knocked Tommy out of the top 10. Can Chris get into the top 10? Yeah, he's looking good. Chris to the through the final corner. Can he knock out James Araba out of the top 10 to the line? Chris Boy puts his car P5, 27.2, knocks James Araba out of the top 10, and Sam, by the skin of his teeth, makes it into Q3. Yeah, so basically you needed a one, or at the very least a mid 128 to make it into Q3. But with that over, Mango and Oswick do not put a valid lap time in Q2. That's them out of the qualifying sessions. Super Mario Fan also out with a 130.1. Tommy's out with a 129.8. And then James Araba knocked out in the 11th hour with a 128.762. Knocked out by Chris Boy with a low 127. So now that we have seen Green Ninja Warrior put in a 126 this qualifying session, hopefully he can put another one in and maybe go faster than James, but we'll see. I think James is definitely the favorite for pole position here, but you never know. I hope it's not him, just to have some fun. Still waiting on Sam to get back to the pit lane. He's still out on track. Q3 will get underway soon enough, in about a minute and a half until Q3 gets underway. Hopefully we can see some more drivers in the 126s. So far I think 3 have achieved it, and only 2 in the qualifying session, so hopefully someone can go faster. Less than a minute until Q3 gets underway, and we'll see who will take pole position, or at least confirm that is James. You know, Here we go, green flag, and Q3 is now underway. A gaggle of cars have come out. That's a wall. I think that was a wall for James' teammate. Oh, it's Chris Boy's. Okay. Yeah, I'm still trying to get used to who's on what team. You know, this happens. I'm gonna assume Quinton's at the front of this pack, is he? Oh, sure. It sure looks like it. Yep, just ahead of the Zanlioge. I believe that's Fish. Let me just do this so I can read the name. Yeah, it's Fish. Okay. Quinton goes very wide for the better run, going onto his flying lap. That's it's a tactic. I'm surprised we haven't stopped that, but all right. Anyways, finally flying laps underway. Fish leading the pack. Quinton, I think, also there. That was a half spin by knee, but he saved it. Going board real quick and just oh, that's not how you want to hit that curve, Quinton. Still looking strong here. Let's see, fastest sector one was Rab with a 30.395. Is that not okay? I mean, fair enough, but like, damn. Anyways, do the final corner. Fish crosses the line first, and then Quinton. We'll see how their lap times shake out. Quinton with the fastest sector 2 for now, 36.258. Quinton on pole, 27.4. Oh, did he? Oh, Fish even validated the lap. Whoops. Rab has taken pole, though, 127.270. Green on a flyer as well. 30.6 sector 1 isn't that fast, but a 36.1 is a good sector 2. That puts him up to P1, a 27.0. Chris Boy and Fish, I think, also still out on track. I cannot type. My brain stops working sometimes. There we go. Anyways, So Chris and Fish still on. Oh, still trying to put in a valid lap. Fish with a 36.9 sector 2 is not that good. But, let's see, what sector 2 does Chris get? Or is this this is an out lap? I guess he messed up his first lap and he just went back to the pits. Anyways, Fish across the line. He goes up to P4, 27.5. Still waiting for James to finish his lap. 30.250 sector 1. We'll see how he. That was very close to the wall, and that's really pushing the limit there. .30 sector 2, but Chris with the fastest sector 1 at 30.16. All right then. Now this is interesting. The two teammates now, both Spectrum drivers, with the fastest sector 1 and 2. James coming to the line. 26.566 from him. Let's see what Chris Boy does here. Is that the garage? That's the garage. Well, damn. Apple with the 30.5 sector 1. Rab with the 30.362 sector 1. Let's see who crosses the sector 2 line first. Probably Apple. 36.2 by Apple in sector 2. Looks like a promising lap, but don't think it will trouble any of the top guys. Coming to the line, Apple in the McLaren will finish his lap, and it's with a 127.0. Wow, that's a lot faster than I thought it was going to be. That's Apple up into P3. Let's see who else is on track. Rab improves to 127.1. That puts him up into P4. I think Fish is the only one with a flying lap in progress. 30.5 sector 1 isn't that great compared to the others. Just waiting to see anyone else cross the sector 1 timing. That's a good sector 2 though. Fish new at 36.0 sector 2. Not too bad. It's actually very close to the fastest sector 2 times, but sector 1 has let him down a little bit, but he's still on pace, I believe, for a high 26. And he does get a high 26 at 26.958. He's the third driver to make it into the 126s in qualifying. Anyone else on a lap? Quinton with a 30.3. Hello. That's not... Is it? Oh, that works. Alright, I don't have to put 9 in every time. Cool. Wow, 35.925 in sector 2 by Quinton. This has to be a 126. To the line, Quinton, fastest sector 2 the entire qualifying session, puts him up to P2. Damn. Sector 3 really sector 3 let him down badly. But that's him into P2, the fourth driver. Chris Boy with a 126.8 as well. I didn't even see that happen. Damn. 4 thousandths between Chris and Quinton. As of right now, it is a 1-2 for the Spectron team. James and Chris Boy at the top. Anyone else improving? Apple's improving. Green Ninja Warrior is improving. Silent is also on a lap, but not improving on that one. That's not the same. I keep putting that in. Green with the fastest sector 2, a 35.916. This is looking faster than Quinton's time at the very least. And now to the line. Can he take P2 away from Chris? Can he take P1 away from James? He can take P2. 35, sorry, not 35, 26.675. 2/10 faster than Chris. And now 5 drivers are in the 126s. Fish Noob, Quinton, Chris Boy, Green Ninja, and James. And that's another driver in the 126s. Okay. Apple, 126.8. Let's see. Anyone else here on a lap? Nee might be on a lap here. The drivers have really ramped it up here for Q3. 6 drivers in the 126s and still waiting. There could be more here. Not Nee though. Jeez. That sector 2 is not enough for 126. Q3 is over. James on pole. He's still on a lap as well. Nee's taking P9 away from Sam. Oh yeah, James is done with that lap, I think. He's not. I don't think he's going to improve on his time at the race. He doesn't need to improve. But here we go. Through sector 2. He couldn't reach his fastest times this session, but he's done enough to take pole position by about a 1/10 of a second. James across the line. This won't improve his time, but it's basically a victory lap for him. James Rigby on pole position for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. 26.5 is enough to take it. Green Ninja will start in the second row with him, 26.6. With Apple, P3, 26.8. And then Chris Boy and Quinton separated by 4 thousandths of a second for P4 and P5. And less than a 1/10 behind is Fish Noob with a 126.958. Outside of this time, outside of the sub 27s is Rab with a 127.1 and P7. Silent has a 127.6 P8. Nee with a 127.9 and P9, and Sam has a 128.0. Let me go back to this one. We will get the race underway, but we're going for a coffee break real quick. We'll be back. All right, we are about to get the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix underway, but we'll have some post qualifying interviews coming up in just a moment. Whoever the first one is, just bring them up, Josh.
Hello, hello.
Hi, Pi Luca. It's been a while, hasn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Just inform me real quick. Are you still on Zanlioge?
No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm on Cooper's Motorsport channel.
Right. Okay. So you didn't show up for qualifying. Is it
No,
Payless?
like, okay, I'm driving on my other account. I'm Rab, give me boom.
Oh, you're Rab. Oh, that's
Yeah, yeah.
easy. Okay, that makes more sense. All right. So, what was it P4?
No, I got P7, but like it was
P7.
a very awful lap.
Oh yeah, yeah. Anyway, well, P7. How do you feel about that one?
Well, I don't really care about quali most of the times. I think over a whole race, I got the piece to fight, and I'm not saying to win, but at least to fight for it, and I will of course try to win it. So I wish everyone the best, and yeah, let's see how it's going.
Yeah, we do hope the best for everyone. What's your goal, at least for this race? Top five, maybe fight for a podium. What do you think?
Uh, my aim for every race is at least podium. Like, I always want to get at least on the podium. Then, if I have the chance to get a win, a P2, I always try to take it.
Good to hear. Good to hear. So, hopefully we'll get to see you up at the front and fighting. We'll see you down for the race, I guess. Have to get to someone else
Yeah.
now. All right, who's up next? Mads.
Um, I'm not driving, bro. I'm just here.
Yeah,
To,
he was just here.
yeah,
Oh,
I'm just team principal of Ferrari, bro.
Well, while you are here, how do you feel about your team's chances this race?
Well, considering some people are getting like some extra practice in, I'm not very confident in us getting the win, but maybe we can snatch a podium away.
I'm sure, obviously, Silent, one of your main drivers, starting in the top 10. Where do you see him finishing?
Well, I hope he finishes in the top 5. My other driver, on the other hand, he needs this race. He needs to perform because there is always someone else on the line that can drive.
Well,
so
damn.
Yeah.
Well, Tommy, I hope you heard that. All right, next up, Josh, bring him up. Come on. Hello. All right, let me just get. Just real quick, where did you qualify? Neto, can you hear us? Oh, never mind. Oh, there, hi, Green.
Oh, it was good.
It's good. You?
I'm doing all right.
I hope you're doing all right. P2. Do you think you could have done better? Are you happy with this position?
I mean, it's okay. It's like still P2 at the end of the day. Like qualifying in Roblox isn't that big of a deal. But I could have gone faster. I messed up one corner, which probably cost me pole. But yeah, both me and James didn't really set any PBs, so we can always say if or what if we did that and this. But yeah, it doesn't matter. It's okay.
Yeah, obviously you qualified within a 10th of James. Are you still looking to fight for that win today?
I hope so, because yeah, you can't be good in qualifying and then be rubbish in the race. You know what I mean? So yeah, we're hoping I can take the fight to James. Very very nostalgic to season 1, me versus James for the championship. So it's a good nostalgia right here. I know what to expect from him. So yeah, should be a fun race. I hope.
Yeah, it should be a very fun race. And also, just a quick question: how many pit stops do you think you'll have to make this round?
I will not be giving that information.
Understandable. I
Yeah,
tried.
yeah.
All right. Good luck in the race.
Yeah, thank you.
And unless Josh brings up anyone else, that might be it. I won't be surprised if one more, but that's probably going to be it. Oh, yep, Josh is canceled on interview. Okay. Just a few minutes until this race gets underway. Let me just go back and see last race's results. Or last week, I think it was last week's results. That's the wrong one. There we go. So Silent took the win last time out for Ferrari, and then it was Oswick P2 and Pialuca P3, with Green P4 and Train P5. James didn't show up last race, so we'll have to see how he does for his season opener. Start will be a countdown. Ooh, do the lights not work? Oh, scratch that. There are no lights. Never mind. There's actually no lights. Yep, that's no lights. Only lights are in the pit lane. Cool. About 2.5 minutes until the race gets started. And go down the grid again really quickly for anyone just joining us. James on pole with Green Ninja P2, Apple P3, Chris Boy P4 with Quinton P5, Fishnu P6, Pialuca P7, P8 Silent, Nee in P9, and Sam Airways in P10. P11 goes to James Araba, P12, Tommy, P13. Am I reading that right? Yeah, Super Mario fan. Whoops. P14 Oswick, P15 Mango, right. Formation lap is underway. Outside the top 15, we have Riolu P16, Red in P17, P18. Still need to learn the names of some of these guys. Killowick, P18 and P19. Is that Gull? That's more than that. Where is it? Oh, he might just not be here. Well, oh well. We might have some pit lane start. Yeah, Viandra was not here, so he's come up as a late starter. Didn't show up to Q1. Who else here isn't, or at least didn't show up? You or a team? Yeah, you're on the bench. Just making sure everything's 20. Yeah, he's also an engineer. All right. Everyone trying to get this formation lap done as quickly as we can. Quentin again is leading the line as always. Just practicing how to race here in Saudi Arabia. We have 25 laps around the Jeddah Corniche circuit. And here we go. Everyone now getting lined up on the grid. Hopefully they get the right grid spots. grid spots. Still waiting on whoever P4 was. I think it's Chris Boy. Yep. Still waiting for the rest of the field also to show up. James, that's not your spot. There we go. A bit to the right of it. Green Ninja already immediately pointing his car into James. Viandra back into the pit lane. He'll be our only pit lane starter today. There's still a few more cars at the back, still waiting on them to get caught up. Who is that? It's Mango and Tommy, still waiting on them to get up into the positions. Tommy, you're right there. Tommy, that's not... You're... Okay. Are we seriously waiting for this? The team owner just said he might be losing his spot if he doesn't do well. Tommy, get in the spot. The countdown is on screen now. I don't know. He's just gone to the back. And numbers gone, and off we go. James with a good start here. He reacted much more quickly than anyone else. Green holding on to P2 with Fish Noob right. Actually, they're now side by side into Sector 1. I think Fish Noob just barely ahead for P2. Still side by side going into this long left-hander. I think that's Chris also in the fight. Yeah, but Green and Fish still going side by side for these two podium positions. Already off the start. I think Fish comes out just ahead of Green, with Chris Boy just behind them. Is that James? Where's James? Oh boy. Yeah, okay. I thought I saw that. James made a mistake. It happened very quickly, but I did catch it for just a moment. James made a mistake, and now he's down in the middle of the pack. Leading this race will be Fish barely, with Chris P2, Green P3, and Pailuka P4. James down into P5. Again, I can't type. This is a gaggle of cars here fighting for the lead. Fish and Green fighting at the front with Chris. I think that might be Chris Boy. I can't tell which one's which between Chris and James. This one's that. I think that's a Spectron. That's James. Okay. Is that Silent? Silent has made his way up into the top 5. Is now fighting with the leaders to see who can actually take the lead of this race, but it's still an amalgamation of cars that I really can't tell who's in the lead. They're all just side by side, going through Sector 2 now. I think that's Fish 2 P2, just James and Chris Boy into the lead. At the very least, I mean, it is an amalgamation of cars, where some are freezing and some aren't. It is hard to tell. That's Apple in the McLaren also joining this battle. He has shown up and decided that he will be fighting for this lead as well. The top 9 within a second and a half of each other. Sam down in P10, still in P10, holding on. But yeah, we have 9 drivers in this battle for P1, and you really can't tell who is where or what is what, or like everyone is everywhere at the exact same time, and you just can't tell. Oh, that's Fish going wide over the curbs, and it's just locked him out. That's gonna be a cut for him. And maybe some time lost. Try spectating Green here. Maybe this will be better. I'm not sure. But Green, I think, still holding on to the lead with both Spectrum drivers, James and Chris Boy, right behind him. And that is Green's teammate, Pailuka there, for P4. Is Cooper's versus Spectron here in the opening laps of this Grand Prix. I believe Quinton has also tried to join in the fight. He might be back there for P5. Where's Luca? Luca, I think. Yeah, he's still in this fight. Barely though. Side by side for the lead. Green Ninjas in P2 with Chris Boy and James. James and Chris Boy are in P1 and P2 according to the timing board, with Green Ninja in P3. Quinton's up into P4. Luca in P5. And they're still going to be battling it out for the basically. I'm assuming it's going to be the rest of this race. But on track, I believe Green Ninja and Quinton and Chris Boy, and I think if they show up at some point, James. I think they're all side by side for this lead. I think Luca has also decided to join in on the battle. Again, everyone is everywhere at the exact same time. You can't tell who's there. They're silent. I think everyone is actually in the exact same position, and we just can't tell because Roblox can't keep up with all of them going extremely fast. But Silent was fighting for the lead. I think now it's just both Coopers. At least I can only see both Coopers on my screen. Luke and Green still battling it out. James is now back up in here, fighting for the lead. Quinton as well, just behind. Through the final corner, both Coopers and Quinton there. Silent's also still in the mix. James and Chris still in the mix. At the line, Chris is leading by 100th of a second. James P2, Green P3, and Luca P4. But now they've pulled away from P7 to P9. Both Stanley Oges and Apple have fallen off a little bit. They're now 2 seconds behind. It's now just 6 drivers here within 7 tenths. I think that was Silent going wide a bit in the Ferrari. That might lose him some time. Now Green and Quinton side by side here through Sector 1 and for the lead, along with Luca and, well, it's still the top 6 going at it between each other. Meanwhile, lower down the field, Tommy and Super Mario battling it out for P13 and P14, along with Mango there just behind them. Looking to see if he can pounce on them. James Araba down in P12, kind of in no man's land, with Knee in P11, still trying to chase down Sam Airways for P10. But Quinton, I think, holding on to the lead for now. Green in P2 with Luca, both Spectrons and Silent there following in behind. I think Green has just taken the lead back from Quinton, along with Luca trying to get past as well. The Slipstream and, I believe, Slipstream and DRS in effect. To the line, Luca barely in the lead with James P2, Green P3, Quinton in P4. This is a battle for the ages, people. Green's gone a bit wide there, might have gotten a CC, and now that's Quinton into P1, at least on screen. There we go. Battle still rages on. I think we've lost 2 drivers. No, just 1, Red Archer. Unless he's that far back. I think we have lost Red Archer. So Red Archer is our first DNF down in P19. Everyone's actually starting on the mediums apart from Rielu on the softs. So I believe it should be a 1 stop. I would believe it's a 1 stop. There's Quinton, Green, and are still side by side for P1. James also still up here. At least I think that's James. I really can't tell between the two. To the line, Quinton. Ah, yeah, okay, yeah, that's James, but just a little bit laggy. But he's currently P1 with Quinton P2, Green P3, Luca P4, Silent P5. Chris Ball has back. He's lost a lot of time. I think he's made a mistake somewhere. That's Chris down into P9. He's in the battle for P7. I mean, they've actually all kind of caught up to each other. James Araba falling down the field. Lost a few positions down there. Lap 7 of 25. We're almost a fourth of the way into this race. James holding on to the lead, but still battling it out with Pailuka and Green, I'm assuming. And Quinton as well. Oh, that's Quinton spinning around. Quinton spins around in the fast chicane. I believe his left rear tire hit the inside wall, and that's Quinton out of the battle for P1. He's still stuck there unless... Alright, he keeps going. That's a massive mistake for Quinton. And that puts him all the way down into... Which position is this? I believe that might be P11. That is a massive gap. Jesus. Alright, he's down into P10. He has a lot of time to gain after that massive mistake from him. Again, I've done it. Oh, that's a huge crash from for the Coopers. It was Pailuka, massive spin here through the fast S, at least starting through the fast S's, I believe. And that's him down into the fight for P10 as well. It's a race of it. Yep, Pailuka now down here, fighting for the lower points positions. Meanwhile, at the front, James with a commanding lead in P1. I believe that is Fishnoob in P2, still battling it out with the remaining Cooper's driver of Green Ninja Warrior. I believe that's Silent there, just behind for P4. A bunch of mistakes being made here. We've lost a few drivers, and now I think they've just passed James with Slipstream and DRS, unless that's just lag. It's a 3-car battle here for the lead still. Fish Noob, Green Ninja Warrior, and James Rigby. Across the line, James barely in the lead. Green P2, Fish P3, Silent P4. Chris back up into P5 with Sam Airways up into P6 after the mistakes of the top drivers. Amazing job from him. He's still keeping it clean and still in the battle for the top 10. That's Apple as well, also joining in the battle for the podium positions. They're all catching up to each other. With this battling, I think Quinton and Pailuka could possibly make their way back up to the front. But that's Sam Airways and Fishnoob battling it out here, along with Apple. Apple, a bit squirrely out of that chicane. He's lost some time there, but not too much, not compared to Quinton or Pailuka. He's still in this battle. Oh, that was James a bit squirrely through that next fast chicane. That might have lost him a little bit of time. And that he's now battling with Silent, and he's behind the top 4 drivers right now. At the front, I really can't tell who is who or where is where or what is what. Is that an Audi? Oh, it's Rilu being lapped. Green Ninja in the lead. Sam Airways up into P2 with Chris Boy in P3. Less than a 10th cover this top 3. That's Green. That's a corner cut Green. That's a wall Green! Well, from P1 to God knows where, that's him losing the lead. Oh, that's a spin from Silent as well! Massive mistakes from the top runners here. This is allowing a lot of chaos. This is a lot of chaos happening now, going on to lap 10. I mean, this track is very difficult to learn, very difficult to master. I'm sure it makes sense with the amount of walls near the track. There's going to be a lot of mistakes and a lot of incidents happening. But Fishnu, James, and Chris here battling for the lead. Through the fast chicane, still alive. People are still alive. Relu's in this battle here, so even though he's a lapped car. You see a rogue Audi there. Coming across the line. Both Spectrons, the Zanlio, Fishnu, and Sam Airways, which I'm not even sure which team is that. But Sam Airways has led a lap here. Sam Airways, who started P10, is now in P1, according to the ticker. Top 10 separated by less than 4.5 seconds. Sam Airways for Scanned Racing. That's the team name? Damn. Oh, he's gone wide. Knee down in P11. 18 seconds off the leader already. Viandra up into P15 after his pit lane start. Only 12 drivers will get points positions. Yes, okay, it's 12 points positions. So that means Tommy is in P12, fighting it out between him, Super Mario, James Araba as well. Knee comfortably P11. The top 10 still rage. The battle in the top 10 is still raging on. Sam Airways barely in the lead, but both Spectrons now getting past here with the Slipstream and DRS, I would assume. I think, is that Killowick? Yep, Killowick also being lapped here by these drivers. Or at least he's about to be. James in the lead, Chris P2, Sam P3, Fish P4, Green holding on to P5, Quinton P6, also up into P7, Piluka up into P8, Apple down in P9, and Silent in P10. Oh, that was a flipped car! That's Fishnoob flipped in the second chicane. In the background, I just caught it. Fishnoob has flipped his Zanlioge. He's back underway, but that's a massive crash from Fishnoob. Just in the background, I see the underside of a Zanlioge. Unfortunate for Fishnoob, very much one of the faster drivers here today. That's him out of the battle for the top 10 positions. Probably put him down to P10 at the very least. Oh, that's Chris Boy spinning! No! The other Spectron of Chris Boy is now facing the other way. And another fast chicane. This track is just causing chaos for all these top drivers. That leaves James Rigby and Sam Airways. Green Ninja back up in this battle for the top 3 positions. Quinton also made his way back up. Sam in the lead based off the ticker. James P2, Green P3, Quinton P4, and Piluka back up into P5. Oswick made his way up into P6. Green Ninja and James still side by side here for P1 through the Sector 1. And Sam Airways also in this battle. I would never expected Sam Airways to be up in here, but here he is fighting for the lead. We are now halfway through this race. Top 10 separated by 8 seconds. Fishnu back down into P10. Or not really back down. Knee still holding his P11. There's a fight for P12 between Super Mario fan James Araba, Tommy, and Viandra if he can catch up. These three still battling it out here. Chris, oh, that was not Chris. That was Green getting a bit squirrely through the fast chicane, but he's still good to go. Relu's pitted. Knee, I believe, also pitted. He's on the hard compound. So he's looking for a huge undercut here. Bit of what was it? Oversteer from James going out the last corner. Through the line, James Quinton up into P2, James P1, Sam P3, Pyluka up into P4, Green Ninja has dropped down to P5. But the top 5 are still within half a second of each other. No mistakes, people, no mistakes. Oswick just behind this entire amalgamation, P6. Silent up into P7, Crispboy P8, and Apple P9 with Fishnu P10. They're still catching though. They are catching back up. The amount of DRS and slipstream happening here, I mean, this is just allowing everyone to catch back up. Everyone back into the fight for P1. I mean, this is insane. James up into P11. Super Mario. Something might have happened to Nee, but he's lost 20 seconds. I don't think he's pitted again. Unless he did pit and it's just a late update on the ticker. We'll have to see. Yeah, Super Mario into the pit lane. He's on softs? Alright. Through the final corner here. Still waiting on these drivers to make a pit stop. If it's mandatory, I have no idea. I still haven't looked at the rules yet. This is a very last minute appointment of me. James in P1, Pyluka back up here in P2. Quinton P3, Oswick up into P4. Green into P5 and Silent P6. Sam down into P7 after leading this race for a little bit. Still in the battle though. He's still within a second of the leader. Apple and Chris are both catching up. They're both within 4 seconds at the very least of the leader. And Fishnoob's still trying his best to catch up to the front, but he's just not able to do it. I think he lost 5/10 this lap. James and Green. No, that's not Green. That's Rab. Pyluka. Pyluka and James side by side for the lead here. With, I believe that's Green Ninja Warriors right behind them. Probably fighting with Sam Airways. Where did Quinton go? He's still here. Oh, he's dropped to the back of his pack. Actually, there's Quinton. Quinton's lagged back up to the front. Top 6 drivers still within a second of each other, I would assume. Quinton and James side by side on the screen for us for the lead. Sam Airways also back up into this battle. Green, according to the ticker, with 10 laps to go, Green is leading. James P2, Quinton P3. Oswick still P4, Sam back up into P5 with Silent P6. Pyluka's lost 2 seconds. That has to be the ticker messing around a bit. Because I think he's still here. Is he? No, he actually has lost some time. I didn't quite catch it. I was reading the ticker a little bit too much. Must have been a pretty small mistake. Once they cross the line, it'll be 9 laps to go left in this race. It is a massive fight here. Still raging on for P1. I think that was Silent James going slightly wide. I'm not sure if that was a corner cut or not. Mango disqualified. Pyluka with a 5-second penalty. Apple with a 5-second penalty. So Mango has been disqualified from this race. So Sam Airways back up into lead according to the ticker. So Pyluka has a 5-second penalty. That'll push him out of the top 9. Maybe no, not top. He won't go to. He'll go to P9 at this point. At this rate. Unfortunate for Pyluka. But that's Silent spinning out again. Silent once again spinning out. He's back, going underway, but Man. Unfortunate for the Ferrari driver. The battle rages on though between, I don't know how many people are still left in this battle. That was a cut, Oswick. That had to be a cut. There's no way that wasn't a cut. It is impossible to tell who's leading, to be honest. It's really hard. As far as I can tell, Sam and James are still side by side for the lead, with Quinton lagging back up into this battle side by side as well. Through the back straight and to the final quarter. That's Oswick still also in this battle. There's Green Ninja also lagging there with them. Are they going to the end of this tire? Alright then. By 1,000th of a second, James is in the lead. Top four within 2/10 of each other, with Chris P5. Chris is back up into P5. Quinton P6 and Silent P7. Fish up in P8. Oh, that's a spin by Oswick. Some pit stops have been made. Pyluka with a pit stop. Fish Noob also in the pits. Quinton also made a pit stop, I believe. And Apple as well, who's in P10. If that's true, Quinton actually made a pit stop. Yeah, he did. So he's just there, base up ticker. So pit stops underway. We have 8 laps left to go, 7.5 for these guys. So pit stops should be happening for the front guys as well. We're waiting to see. This undercut may just work out for them. They may get a good lead, but it won't be for too long, as they can catch up quite easily. We've seen. Into the final corner. Surely they make the pit stop now, just to cover off the undercut. Sam Airways does. The rest do not. So Sam in the pit lane, going onto the soft compound tire. James and Chris still battling it out for the lead, along with Green Ninja Warrior. Still waiting on the top 5 to make the pit stops. Green, James, Chris, Oswick, and Silent, unless they already have. I don't think they have those since their tires haven't changed. Let's see, Silent. Yeah, Silent. Yeah, they haven't. I think Chris is just in the lead. James P2 fighting with Green Ninja Warrior, unless Green's in. Gotta love vision lag. That's a Ferrari of, I believe that's Tommy they're lapping. Has to be Tommy. Or is it Silent? I think it's Silent. Alright then, Silent's back up in the fight with this. Oh, that's Relu that's being lapped. Or is that Super Mario fan? Honestly, I can't tell sometimes. Everyone's in the pits. I repeat, everyone is in the pits. Everyone with 6 laps left to go in this race. Top 5 are all in the pits. We'll see if these the drivers on the softs can pass them. Sam Airways leading this charge, I believe. Sam, Quinton, and Pyluka through turn 1 and 2, I believe, are leading this race. We'll see how long they can do it though. Quinton in the lead for now. Sam P2 with Pyluka in P3. The undercut has worked, but we have 6 laps left to go, and there's still enough time for the other drivers to catch up. That's a cut, Sam. That is a cut. And that's a curb. Pyluka, don't spin on a curb. As of now, Quinton holds on to the lead. Or not. Is that Piluka up into the lead now? Yeah, that's Piluka up into the lead. Still scrapping it out, though. Sam has fallen back a little bit. We'll see who's where once they cross the line. And once they cross the line, it'll be 5 laps left in this race. That's one of the Spectrons. Is that James already caught up with them? No, it's Chris. Chris Boy has already caught up to the front runners. And he's making the pass on Sam and Quinton. He might be back up into the lead. Chris Boy makes his pit stop and then within the same lap into the lead of this race. 5/10 ahead of Sam. Green has made a mistake somewhere. He's now 6 seconds behind, unless that's a ticker error. No, he is 6 seconds behind. Oh my days. Green has messed up somewhere on his out lap during the pit sequence. Now down into P8. Quinton, Sam Airways, and Piluka still trying to keep up with Chris. It's going to be very difficult, though. I think that's also James Rigby joining in the battle between them. Once the Spectrons get by, it'll be a scrap for P3 between Piluka, Sam Airways, and Quinton. Unless anyone else can possibly catch up. Maybe Silent can. Four laps left in this race once they cross the line. Leading the race is, well, we'll see it. Sam. I guess that's just lag. Sam is leading the race apparently by 0.3 of a second. Piluka P2, Chris P3, James P4, and Quinton P5. All within 0.4 of each other. My days, that is a battle. Of course, the Spectrum drivers have a huge advantage over the other drivers. Much fresher tires. Further down the field, Green Ninja Warrior and Apple battling it out for P8. Fish Noob stuck in P10 still with, is that James Araba, P11? Well, once they cross the line, we'll find out. Yep, James Araba in P11. That's a massive gap between P10 and P11. Jesus. Beyondra, Quinton's teammate, is being lapped at this moment. 3 laps left to go. Chris leads. Piluka P2, James P3, Sam P4, and Oswick P5. Oh, squilly there for Quinton. Keeps it going. He's still in the battle here. I think that's Piluka in the lead, unless the lag is deciding that's not the case. We have Piluka, Quinton, both Spectrum drivers, and Sam Airways is somewhere around here, battling for the lead. Let me see. Sam is still in this battle, right? Yeah, he is. But here we go, James and Piluka, I believe, leading it off, with Chris Boy also here. I think he just had DRS and Slipstream to pass his teammate. 2 laps left to go in the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Spectron leading it off with a 1-2 here. Piluka P3, Sam in P4, and Quinton P5. Battle going on between Oswick and Silent for P6. Green Ninja Warrior down in P8 after starting P2, still battling with Apple for that position. Fish in P10, just in no man's land with James Araba P11, Tommy in P12, and Super Mario Fan in P13. Quinton has been given a 5-second penalty. Chris with a 5-second penalty. Let's see. Actually, let me go back up here. Let's make sure I've got everyone. Make a disqualification. So, Sam Airways, 15-second penalty. Oh, no. Silent, 5-second penalty. Oswick, 5-second penalty. Tommy, 5-second penalty. A Chris Boy with a 5-second penalty. Pi Luca, 10-second penalty. And Quinton, 5-second penalty. Final lap underway here for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Both Spectrons still fighting for this lead. Piluka P3, Quinton P4, with a bunch of penalties that'll be applied post-race. So we'll have to see how it shakes up. I think right now James has won this race quite easily. Unless Silent has something to say, but does Silent have a penalty? Looks like it. Or not. I don't know, there's too many. Yeah, Silent doesn't have a penalty, so it's a straight scrap between the two drivers here. Silent and James Rigby, side by side for this lead. Along with Pi Luca, I think, still in there, but he has a penalty. No, actually, no, Silent does have a penalty, 5 seconds. James doesn't. So I think if it stays like this, James has won this race off of penalties. Through the final corner. And that is... It looks like Silent has won on the road, but I think that's James, after penalties, winning this race. Chris on track wins this race. James P2, Silent P3, Quinton P4, and Piluka P5. But after penalties, a lot will change. Let's see. So Sam, 15-second penalty. So that's him outside, maybe even the top. Yeah, that's Sam outside the top 9. Silent 5-second penalty. So he's down. So many penalties. We'll let the officials decide. But I believe James Rigby has won this race. Alright, so for the podium celebration, they have allowed Chris and Silent on it, but James is the winner. Any pens from streams he'll remove. Alright then. Well, there's a lot of spins that I caught, so. But as of right now, James is your race winner. Chris Boy P2 and Silent P3 for now. Definitely going to change later. Let's see, how many penalties were there? Ned took a 5-second, Mango 5-second, Ned's a 10-second. Mango disqualified. This is an order. Sam, 15-second total. Killy, 10-second. Pyluka, 10-second. Jesus. That's a lot of penalties, people. Well, there's the announcement. Still waiting on Josh for everything to happen, I suppose. Just let's see. Oh, hi. Yeah, just waiting on the top 3, I suppose.
Yeah, just bear with. I've got a lot I need to work out.
Yeah.
That's James and that.
Hello.
Oh yeah, you're top 3. Just keep quiet for a minute.
Why is Mads on server mute?
James, because he's not top 3, and Chris Boy, right? You can have your interview. Hang on, let me bring you lot to the cooldown room.
We are in cooldown room.
No, into the
Oh,
cooldown room in game.
Well, where in the world is that?
He'll TP us. Well, he'll TP you as well. 2005
I mean,
Youth
people are
Madness
sitting down.
here for a while.
Yep, been a while.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm only here because I got
Oh, yeah.
paid, so don't worry.
Oh, wait, what? Oh, okay.
Wow.
Gosh, Josh, how much?
Now you're
go.
having a little bit of
Right.
game, bro.
There you go. Enjoy your interviews.
Wait, reset me so I can go first person.
Oh my fuck.
I need to be TP'd again.
Did this actually happen?
Yo, wait.
Start your interviews. Bring game. There you go. Enjoy your interviews again.
All right. First up, Silent. So for now,
Hello.
P3.
Yeah.
Happy with that race?
Yeah, not as good as I could have done, but the top 7 was always within a second. It could have been anyone's race at the end of the day. So
That is very true.
Yeah.
Had a few spins. Is that just a driver error, or was there something else going on?
nah, there's strategy behind it.
I mean,
Save the tires.
Definitely saved the tires. You did get a podium out of it, so it's still good to go.
Yeah.
Any other comments you have?
This race was just a bit long, to be honest. The track is the track.
The
Yeah,
track.
I'm
The
done.
track is the track. Yes.
I'm done. I'm done.
Yeah. Also, there were some comments about DRS. Any thoughts?
DRS is fine. I dropped out with it many times and I caught back up. The people that are saying DRS is just OP, just need to steer the car in the right direction.
Fair enough. That was silent. Provisionally P3 for now. We'll see you on the podium for the celebrations. Next up, we have Chris Boy, who is provisionally P2. How are you doing?
Great.
Yeah, not a great qualifying session, was it?
I just forgot to practice, so I didn't just not practice at all.
Well, with no practice, you got yourself a P2.
Yeah, it was a pretty decent race, but I didn't even know I was driving until 1 minute before the quali started.
That's brilliant to hear, isn't it? But any extra comments you have on this finish or on this race?
Won about 4 times during the race. I just couldn't keep the car in one piece.
Yeah, I think I saw at least one of those. But yeah, congratulations on the podium.
Yeah, thank you.
And of course, last but not least, James Rigby winning this race comfortably, based off penalties.
Yeah.
Very quiet race. I didn't see any mistakes from you at the very least. But how do you feel about it?
I think it's good. I think I was a bit worried because I was trying to pull away. I knew I had the pace to at least pull a little bit of a gap. And then when I realized really it's just a DRS train, I just decided not really to bother. And so I just spent the entire race just chilling out and trying not to corner cut. And clearly it paid off because I didn't get penalty. So
Yeah, completely understandable. During the last lap, just waiting for the DRS, I'm assuming?
no, I think I knew I was going to win anyway because everyone around me had the 5-second penalty. So I was just trying to keep it pointing in the right direction.
Yeah. Any other comments you have for this race?
Nerf DRS.
Nerf DRS, said from James Rigby. All right, well, that was your top 3, and we'll get to the podium celebrations soon enough.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the podium. So, in P3, the man who won last weekend, but now he is, I think, still leading the championship. Silent. Oh, I need to open up your door, don't I? Oh, it's open. Silent in P3. Wrong way, Silent. It's this one. And in P2, for the first time in Formula Ultimate, with the first ever Formula Ultimate podium, it's Chris Boy. And for a win, the only driver to have won in Season 1, Season 2, and Season 3. Never won a World Championship before, but he's on the top step again today. James Rigby. And ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem of the United Kingdom of Great Britain.
Of course, that ends our coverage of the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix here in FUL. Next week, we will have the Australian Grand Prix at Albert Park. Tune in for that one. I believe I will still be around for that one as well, along with Keon GP will be joining me in the commentary booth. But until next time, we hope you're still alive. Until then, we'll see you around.
Oh.
Anyway.
That was that explosion in the background. Okay.